was. All right, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for stopping through. I just wanted to tell you guys thank you for all the wonderful birthday wishes. Although I do not celebrate my birthday, I appreciate each and every one of you coming through, giving your thanks, your appreciation. Rough birthday for me, but at the same token, I'm very blessed and thankful that something did not occur on my birthday, and that is the death of my mother. Um, I took the time out yesterday to reflect, to be humble, pray, be thankful, enjoy memories of my mom, of everything that I have. Hey, what's going on, Cinnamon Brown? Be grateful for everything that I have, all the wonderful people as yourself that I have. It's been rough. It's been rough for me. It's been rough for the people around me, those who love. Thank you, Lionel. Thank you very much. It's good to see you. For those around me who loved my mother and still love my mother, I've been doing some restructuring and everything like that. I don't. The next chapter. This is literally the next chapter of my life beginning. I'm a little bit out of sorts right now because I don't really know what to do with myself in some aspects because I'm accustomed to, you know, my mother being here, me tending to her, me helping her, changing, you know what I'm saying? Thank you, John. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Karen Nardo, thank you very much. I'm accustomed to her, to just taking care of her. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's I did my best. I would do it again. I know this may sound weird or a bit awkward or maybe inappropriate, but it's one of these things where as though I would give anything to change my mother's diaper again and to have her look at me and try to smile at me, so on and so forth. I know who you are. I know your real name, Broly. Remember I used to call you Johnny Boy? But yeah, it's been a rough couple of days. But I'm not going to dwell on why. I'm not going to dwell on. I'm not going to dwell on the fact that hold on, let me send him a message to stop. I don't know why people like doing this shit. Whenever I go and do a live, they want to call me or send messages to me. I'm doing a live, bro. I'm on the chat. Of course, I know who you are, Broly. But yeah, this what you guys give to me and what you guys afford me is worth more than anything that I can get from any family member. Yes, one of my favorite cousins stopped by today. She checked on me. We were sitting up there, we chopping it up, talking. She gave me some good quotes. A lot of people, especially you guys, have been coming through, um, telling me the most wonderful things, man. I appreciate it. I wasn't, usually when you guys send me birthday wishes and so on and so forth, I hit you up right away because I'm not the type of person that doesn't appreciate when a person takes time out to, just say something, give me a like or, give me, my well wishes, whatever the case may be. So, I'm really appreciative of that. I couldn't pick a better choice. I couldn't have a better choice of friends to be by my side and to support me and my mother. And yes, my mother is doing very bad. She went into cardiac arrest. I would say like early Saturday morning. I would say Friday night, early Saturday. Hey, Courtney, how are you, baby? She went into cardiac arrest. Um, Early Saturday morning, I had fed her and everything like that, tucked her in bed and everything, and you know, but with that, by her going into cardiac arrest, um, she made it to the hospital, but she had lost oxygen. A lot of oxygen had not gotten to the brain, so I went and posted up there. Anybody that wants to go see my mom, you know, they're more than welcome to go see her off because after this, I don't even think I'm going to do a view another body. I'm going to respect her wishes within her will. Um, and it's going to be a short ceremony. And, that's it. It's at a beautiful place. I will, post up where it's going to be, but it's not going to be for that long. It's not going to be a whole bunch of hooting and hollering because at this point, I will always be by your side as far as I'm concerned, your family. I appreciate that, John. I really do. That means a lot to me. That really means a lot. That means a hell of a lot to me, John. Thank you so much. I love y'all, man. I really do. I don't give a fuck what nobody say when they say like, "Oh, online is not really real." Those people, yeah. I've made some of the best friends, associates, and connections with people that I've met online that I did not know all my life. There are people on here that I've known since like I would say the inception of social media, and I literally consider them family more than my biological family. I will entrust them with my life. Yeah. But you know what? She's not going to be suffering no more. And my mother has a chance of a resurrection. You know, my mother was wonderful to me. She taught me a lot. And even now, she's teaching me. She's teaching me right now. She's teaching me how to move on. She's teaching me to further myself as a man, to open up that next chapter as being a man. And yeah, I'm very grateful to her. My mother has done so much for me. Um, yeah, I know for a fact. I know for a fact I'm a mama's boy. I don't give a fuck what people say. I don't care. I am a mama's boy. I love my mother. There's a difference. There's a difference. And yes, my mother has done a lot for me. That along with many other things is more the reason why I decided to do what I do. Not only that, it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. When I was younger, I used to work at this place called New Community. I used to do construction and I would do landscaping for them. And I would always eat lunch. Um, I would eat lunch. Thank you very much. I would eat lunch in the senior citizens building, right? And what I would see is that, and it was heartbreaking, that I would see senior citizens that have literally put their kids through college. They got like 4 and 5 kids, and none of them come to see them or either see how they're doing. Me, myself, I'm sorry. Everybody's not like me. I put a lot of things to the side. I've always put my life to the side to make sure my mother and my family was tended to. Some people may, oh, you only did this for this, that, and the other. No, I didn't have to do shit. I didn't have to do shit, but I did it. I learned a lot of patience. I learned a lot. Well, see, my mother was a nurse for a very long time. She was a nurse and a school teacher. So, um, we grew up kind of like in the medical field. Like anybody in our family, especially my immediate family, they know a lot about medical because we grew up reading medical books. My mother would read the medical books to us. So yes, I know how to tend to bones, wounds, and I'm not afraid of blood or anything like that. I'm not afraid of feces. I'm not afraid of regurgitation or throw up or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this right here, my mother prepared me for it. She prepared me for it. So for me to clean my mother up meant nothing. For me to see, things that other people will find gross or whatever means nothing to me. It means nothing to me. I have no problem. Thank you very much, Johnny. I have no problem helping those or like cleaning up people or cleaning up blood or tending to wounds. In fact, I actually like tending to wounds. Thank you, LaFonda. Thank you very much. In fact, I actually like tending to wounds. You know why? It gives you a sense of accomplishment when you see that you literally just made something heal. And yes, the last stroke that my mother had, I would say like it was a year and a half ago. It really did a number on her life. She was doing okay before. I mean, like, I wasn't I wasn't expecting her to come like totally make a turnaround. But when she caught COVID, and COVID causes your blood pressure to rise. My mother suffered from congestive heart failure, diabetes, high blood pressure, and kidney disease, which is why I try to keep myself as health. No, she didn't pass, but it's a situation where so like she's on life support and she's on a she's on a respirator and everything. So what I'm trying to do is make sure everybody gets to visit my mom that wants to see her, because after that, I'm no longer having my mother suffer like that. She doesn't look like herself. Her brain cells are literally kaput. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, but I really appreciate you guys for stopping through, giving me the birthday shout outs. And again, I don't celebrate my birthday due to religious purposes, but at the same token, I appreciate y'all for stopping through. Like yesterday, I ain't do nothing special. Now, later on this week, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But yesterday, I didn't do nothing special. I didn't do anything special. I just chilled out, did some paperwork, checked on a lot of stuff, made sure things are in order, talked to the family, you know what I'm saying? Communicated and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And every morning I go visit my mother. I spend like an hour and a half with her so that I can get like updates, see how things are doing, see if there's been any progress or whatever the case may be. And then I leave it to where so other people and other family members can spend as much time as they want. I absolutely love my mother. My mother, did she always do things right? No. But at the same token, I couldn't have asked for a better mother. Yeah, Alex, get home safe, brother. Get home safe. I know what this situation is, but get home safe, Alex. Thank you, Herb. I appreciate it, brother. I really appreciate it. 8 star. Sorry, bro. Happy. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Honestly, I thought this was going to be the worst birthday ever, and it's actually the best one. It's actually the best one. I am transcending into a better man, a different man. I'm being forced into another chapter of my life, and I'm not going to stop it. Does it hurt? Yes, because of the conclusion of the chapter. But this is a new chapter within my life. There may be some I don't know. I don't know how I'm really going to react to it the day I have to let things go. So if I'm radio silent or anything like that, don't think I'm being like acting funny or anything like that. It's just that I'm trying to get things through my system. You know what I'm saying? There are times like today, me myself, I like doing things that are difficult or put myself in situations where I'm forced to confront things or do different things. So today, I see it's okay when I go up there and clean up my mom's house or straighten up her house because I keep her house spotless. You know what I'm saying? But today, um, when things went down, which was Saturday, I didn't really want to go to her house, which is right upstairs from me. I didn't want to go to a house or anything like that because I was in, I was still feeling some type of way or whatever. But I forced myself to go up there. And at first I felt a little bit awkward. Then I started washing dishes. I was sweeping the floor. I was sweeping the floor. Thank you so much, Morgan. Thank you. Christos, what's up? Thank you, brother. Thank you, Fran. Thank you so much. And yeah, I started cleaning up, and like I was feeling down a bit, but then like a little bit of sunlight came in, and I was like, you know what? The cat ran and jumped on me and everything like that. And I started feeling good. I started feeling good. I started feeling good. My cousin came over. You know what I'm saying? We chopped it up and everything like that. I saw my mother because I find it's better for me to visit my mother in the daytime because if I do it in the afternoon, it throws me off. Or if I do it, and plus anyway, when I get up in the morning, that's the first thing I'm accustomed to doing is seeing my mother. So I I appreciate all you guys, your well wishes, everything, man. I'm telling you, I love you too, Kihinde. Thank you, brother. Thank you. And no, I want to be able to in time look back on those videos that I put up of me, hanging out with my mom and doing this and doing that. I want to be able to look back on those and smile. Right about now, it's not going to do nothing but it's not going to do anything but make me just miss her even more. You know, I gave the best care to my mother. I did my fucking best with her. I appreciate all of those that assisted in any big or small manner, big or small manner. Um, yeah, it's thank you, Chantel. Thank you, Ebony. I appreciate it, baby. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, man. You guys are the absolute best. I get up in the morning, do some push-ups and stuff like that, lift some weights to get my mind, because like, get those endorphins going. Because if you don't work out or you don't exercise, it's gonna make your depression even worse. You know what I'm saying? So, hey Kara, how are you, sweetie? Thank you very much for stopping through. So, it's been rough. It's been rough. But at the same token, it's been even more rough for my mother and for my family, for those having to watch her make this steady decline. Was I delusional as to what was the eventual outcome? No, no, no. Thank you, LaFonda. Thank you so much, baby. I appreciate you. Thank you, Raymond Leonard. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. But I know deep down, I took care of I did my best at taking care of one of Jehovah's people, along with those within my household. My family gave me tons of support, whether near or far. And the thing about it is, just that sometimes people would sometimes come through and be like, yo, Danae, you're doing a wonderful job. That right there would make me feel even better. Like, it would just make me do even more. Because I'm going to be honest, like before this, I mean, I wouldn't say I was a selfish person, but I was just all about having fun and just doing this, working, making money. But when I started taking care of my mother, my whole outlook, my whole outlook on shit changed. My outlook on life changed. I started taking my mortality into aspect, into reflecting on my life, reflecting on things, looking in the mirror a lot. You know what I'm saying? Making personality and like life changes and doing different life choices, doing more mature things. To the end, till the end, my mother was teaching me how to be a better man. Yep, yep. A lot of stuff that used to concern me don't concern me no more. Time to be a man again, you know? I appreciate y'all. I really do. I really appreciate y'all. so, so everything happens for a reason. And I think I was blessed along with my family to have these years tacked on to my mother's life. Because there were people that were even that were less than, like, I mean, they weren't as sick as my mother, and they didn't survive. You know what I'm saying? They they passed away. My mother still kept trucking. Even the doctors would sometimes be like, "Your mother's tough, man." And I was like, "Yeah, I know, I know, I know." So we just I really appreciate y'all. Don't think I was ignoring anything yesterday. I was just like deep in thought, doing a little bit of meditation. No deep meditation, but some meditation. You know, getting things in order, working on some paperwork and all that other stuff. Talking to our doctors. Letting people know what the deal was, calling insurance and all that other crazy stuff. Because essentially, it's at the point now where so I am she's being kept alive so that everybody can see her before she expires or she passes. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love what my mother did for me. I love how my mother raised me. I love the person she helped me evolve into, even down to her last day. She was a wonderful woman. She was a nurse. She was a teacher. She taught me about Jehovah. Some lessons, a lot of lessons. She let me learn on my own because I was hard headed. Therefore, I never hold my mother accountable for anything I ever did wrong. Anytime I ever got in trouble, I never held her accountable. No, I took care of my mother. If she, whatever she wanted, I gave it to her. I made sure she had the best. I kept my mother exceptionally clean. Anybody that ever came to my mother's house while I was taking care of her, even before I started taking care of her, I made her more, I made her more, sanitary conditions because there was a point when my mother went through depression and she was very sad. So she wasn't tending to things as she should. But as a whole, my mother always kept things in order. She was always happy. She was always talking to people. She always had a remedy for something, with a natural, holistic remedy for something. You ask her a question, she was always willing to answer you. My mother was a beacon of joy. A beacon of joy. I'm proud. I'm proud to have served my mother in a fraction of what she did for me. My mother always told me no weakness, just like my grandmother. No fucking weakness. Whenever it came to something, whenever it came to something, it was about morals, what's right and what's wrong. If you did something wrong, there's going to be a punishment, a consequence for it. You know what I mean? No fucking weakness. None. None. I remember when I was younger, I used to think my grandmother and uncles was like the most hardcore motherfuckers and they were just heartless. No, they were teaching me how to be a fucking man. And my mother taught me right from wrong. Not once, whenever I got in fucking trouble, did I ever feel like, oh, it's my mom's fault, or would I call my mother to bail me out, even though sometimes she would anyway. I went and saw her today, as I do every day. Whenever my mother goes to the hospital, I don't care where it's at. I go every day. Every day. It's the least I could do. You know? And she was just a wonderful woman, man. It's the least I can do. It's the least I can do. Absolutely, Christos. Always put my mother before everything, and always will. Always will. I had the best mother ever. Was she perfect? Absolutely not. But she taught me morals, standards, and she taught me the word of God. One motherfucker had the nerve to ask me, "Oh, why you crying about it?" Like, the fuck you mean? What the fuck am I crying about? You understand what I'm saying? What you mean what I'm crying about? It's my fucking mother. I'm sorry if you grew up with a shitbag of a mother or your mother was never there for you. You understand what I'm saying? It's a difference. I grew up with a good mother. Did we always have what we wanted? No, because things started getting a little bit rough when my mother got remarried. She went into a depression. Shit got fucked up. But I don't blame my mother for anything that ever went wrong with me. If anything, it drew me closer to my mother. That's why, you'll have some people in my family, they be like, "Oh, Danae the mama's boy." I'll wear that shit with it like an S on my chest. I don't care. I don't care. I do not care. I don't care. My mother did a lot for me. My mother taught me. Because of my mother, I was skipped in the 3rd grade because by the time my mother was reading books to me. My mother was reading books to me. I was reading on a 8th grade level by what was that? 1st grade. Reading medical books while she was going to college. She became an RN nurse. Then went and got a bachelor's to be a teacher. Like my mother was that dude. I'm telling you. I'm very, very happy for to be able to tend to my mother as I did. I don't feel like glad that's over. No, I don't. I'm literally trying to set my course on what I'm supposed to do next, because that's how embedded my mother was into my life when she became sick. Thank you, Ibrahim. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, David Aaron. I appreciate it. And the thing about it is, I would do that for any of my friends and loved ones. Because you know what? Like I was telling you the story about when I used to work for New Community and I was doing landscaping. I was doing construction, and I would eat in a senior citizens building. And what would get me is that this is really like when I started like understanding. I always dealt with death in my family because it would just happen. You know what I'm saying? Because we had people, by the time I was getting into my late teens and early 20s, a lot of my grandparents, aunts, and uncles, they were getting old. They were old already, So, yes, she was. My mother was amazing. My mother was amazing. She's still alive, but she's on life support. And things are not looking good. So I would eat at this seniors building, right? I would eat at this seniors building. And what would get me is that they would always love when I would come in there. And I'll be like, at that time, I'm like, what, 19, 20? You know what I'm saying? Fresh out the pack. Fresh out the pack. Thank you, Fermina. Thank you so much, baby. It's good to see you. It's really good to see you. So I would sometimes wonder why they were so excited to see me sometimes. So then I started letting them talk. I'm listening to them. I'm eating lunch with them and stuff like that. Sometimes they would bring food for me. I wouldn't eat everybody's cooking, but they would bring food for me and shit like that. And they would start telling me about how many children they have and who did this, and their son is this, their daughter is that. They're bringing down pictures for me to see and stuff like that. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, why are you here? Like that again, this is before I understood what it was this is before I understood like what it was to be in a senior citizens building. I just thought it was for old people. I never knew the meaning behind it until I got into my late teens, early 20s. So I started listening to them, and some of them were like, yeah, once my child got out of college, they sent me to the building here. I was like, the fuck? So you mean you worked, took care of this kid, and the kid just literally just threw your ass in a senior citizens building once it got out of college instead of like helping you out? Because there are some people who can help their parents. If you're in a position to help your parent, you do it. You do it. Whether they were good to you or not, you do it. Whether they're good to you or not, you do it. You don't just leave your parents out to dry. I don't give a fuck what excuse you got. If you can't do it, that's a different thing. But there's always a way to accommodate one more person. And yes, there's a lot. And if you got a family full of a house full of kids and shit, all of these motherfuckers should be on deck to help you take care of that motherfucker. That's simple. That's simple. I don't believe in that shit, like just throwing your parents up to the, like, you know, I got a friend right now, right? I got a friend right now, and she makes excuses for what the reason why her kids don't do shit. She was like, oh, I don't want to throw my burdens off. I'm like, no, motherfucker, you push that motherfucker, you shitted those babies out. Them motherfuckers should at least take care of you. One of them, at least. If you got like 2, 3, 4, 5, one of the motherfuckers should be taking care of you. One of them or two. Like me, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. I want somebody to look after me when I get old and sick. A lot of you motherfuckers haven't taken your mortality into aspect. You know why? Because you got the Peter Pan syndrome. You think you're going to live forever. You think you're forever 21. No. Look how fast you went from fucking 20 to 30. Just like that. I'm almost 50. And I literally remember my 20s like it was just yesterday. Just yesterday. And another 10 more years, I'll be in my 60s. Another 10 years after that, I'll be in my fucking 70s. See how this shit works? So how you treat and trust and believe, a lot more, if you guys believe in God, if you believe in karma, whatever, how you treat or neglected those you could have cared for, or your parents especially, that shit is going to happen to you. All that shit that you have right now, all the shit you have right now is going to be taken away from you. You're going to be left alone. Sooner or later, we all got to give up the shit that we have. We're only borrowing this shit. That's it. You're renting it. Even if you bought it, you're renting it. My cars, the action figures, this, that, and the other. It's all going to go either in the garbage or people are going to take it. That's simple when I get sick and when I die. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. So if you're in a position to take care of your elderly one, stop being selfish, make room, turn your little computer room into a what's the name? Put the computer somewhere else or whatever the case may be and take care of your parent. You'll be blessed for it. You'll be blessed for it. Trust me. You may not make no money or not as much money as you used to, but you will be blessed. Trust me. Me, myself, and it will change you. It'll change you. It'll change your whole aspect of being selfish. It'll change you from being the individual that you formerly are. Because a lot of you motherfuckers, y'all just selfish. Y'all just selfish, and y'all only see things. Y'all only want things done for you. You only want to pay attention to things when it's concerning you. I learned a lot, and I mean a lot, taking care of my mother. I learned a lot. It changed me a lot. A whole hell of a lot. And I would definitely do it all over again. Man, you have no idea what I would give to see my mother again in terms of the way she was. Absolutely, Tim. Absolutely. You can't lead them people out to dry. You cannot lead them people out to dry. And whatever excuse you give yourself, if you keep giving yourself excuses, Like, you have some people, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't, you're gonna have to figure it out. You're gonna have to figure it out. All them badass kids that you teaching to be narcissistic and antisocial and sociopaths and shit, you should be teaching them to care. Because what's going to happen is, because like all them, because a lot of y'all got kids and y'all just don't teach them shit. Y'all don't give them no moral compass whatsoever. You just let them run them up. You taking pictures of them all fucking day, and they don't give a fuck about you because you haven't raised them with love. You raise them with material. That's it. What you reap is what you sow. I'm a product of a caring, loving mother. I'm a product of caring, loving relatives and aunts and uncles and shit like that. So yeah. And the sad part about it is, I would say the main part that I'm really going to miss. Here's the thing, and this may sound crazy to y'all, right? I feel as though not only am I losing a mother, hold on. I feel that not only am I losing a mother, again, ladies and gentlemen, because people keep relaying messages to my family members and shit. Oh, my mother, his mother dead. I'll let you know when my mother passes away. My mother's not dead, but she's on a respirator. They have already given me the call, like, look, this is the only thing keeping her alive is the respirator. That is the reason why I put that public post up there. If you want to go visit my mom or whatever the case may be, do so. Yeah. I see. Thomas Christopher Stanton. Get them kids, teach them kids how to care. Teach them kids how to care. Stop telling your fucking kids, oh, I don't want you to take care of me when I get old. I want you to live your life. Yeah, but at the same token, they could at least, all of that you have done for your children, even if you're a shit parent, they still need to help take care of you or take care of you. Now, again, there are some people who are not in a position. But as of recent, especially as of recent, people just throwing their relatives into old folks' home and shit like that. You get that whole fucking rowdy ass family that y'all got in that house and teach the motherfuckers. You teach one how to wash granny up or wash grandpa up or wash unk up or mommy up. You teach the other one how to feed them. You understand what I'm saying? It takes a village. You don't just toss your elderly and sick, just toss them out on the balls of their ass like that. I know, Richard. I know. But yeah, that was one of the things that mortified me, like growing up, especially, and I learned that lesson in my late teens. That people don't give a fuck about the elderly, because I wasn't raised in the house like that. When my Uncle Sonny got sick, my mother took care of him. When my grandmother got sick, we all took care of her. I wasn't raised like a lot of y'all. Like, a lot of you guys, a lot of you people that are on social media, and I'm not up here virtue signaling and trying to whack you over the head. I just want you to sometimes think about it before you just throw somebody in the garbage or throw them into an old folks home and shit like that. If you're in a position to help them. Like right now, my family pulling together, everybody's working together and everything like that to make sure my mother's transition is nice and smooth. It's nice and smooth. Because that's how we was raised. Every now and then, you get some people that don't know how to control themselves and they get checked one way or the other. But my mother was amazing. I have nothing but good memories about her. Nothing but good memories. The bad shit, I don't even think about, because I'm not a person that holds on to negative shit. I let it go. I either fuck with you or I don't. I have nothing but good things to say about my mother. Did she make a lot of mistakes? Absolutely. Absolutely. But at the same token, I'm here. That's all that matters. It's not my job to punish anybody or for making mistakes or, you didn't do this, or, you didn't do this, so this, that, and the other. That's the reason why I'm not taking care of mom and this, that, and the other. Nah. It's not for you to be judge, jury, and executioner for what motherfuckers did in the past. Your job Because when the time comes, you're going to be judged for what the fuck you did. Not for what they did, for what you did and didn't do. You know? Hey, Kim. Ladies and gentlemen, the Moultries were my neighbors back in the day, and they taught me how to jump rope, double dutch, and French. So yes, I still know how to jump double dutch. No bullshit. My fat ass still know how to jump some double dutch. But the Moultries taught me how to jump rope. Yep. Yeah, I'm doing good, brother. It's highs and lows. The worst time for me is usually at nighttime. It's usually at nighttime. Nighttime is the worst for me because that's when I'm used to how can I say? That's when I'm used to tending and spending time with mommy. And even people on Xbox will tell you, like, when they would hit the time when she's coming home from dialysis or whatever. When they would hit like time for us to come from dialysis, for mommy to come from dialysis, you know, I'll be on Xbox sometimes and shit. And I'll be like, oh guys, let me call you. I'll be like, yo, I'm still here. I will leave the party open, but I'll be like, I'm still here, but I'm just run up and take care of mommy, tend to her. And they were like, all right, we'll see you at around about 11 or 12. I'll be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Because they know I'm gonna be up there for a while. You know what I'm saying? Hey Gene, how are you? Wait, what? I am so sorry. I'm so busy. Anyway, I'm out of the loop anymore today. I'm so sorry. I know you know what that I am always here. I'm always have been MIA, but when it matters, of course, Max. I know you got your own stuff that you're dealing with, brother. You guys are amazing. I have the best friends and family ever, online, offline, so on and so forth. You know, I appreciate the calls and the messages that people have been sending me and my family and everything like that. But trust and believe, my mother's in good hands now. She's not going to be suffering no more. You understand what I'm saying? She has a chance of a resurrection. It's a lot that goes into play. And she did a wonderful, and I mean absolutely wonderful job within raising me. Yeah, I may be rough around the edges. I may be, you know, a little bit hard spoken or whatever the case may be, whatever, but that's how I was raised. I wasn't raised soft. I wasn't raised to believe like bullshit. I wasn't raised, it was either right or wrong, yes or no, black or white, no bullshit ass gray area. I was always taught to use logic over emotion. My grandmother and mother together, they would be like, thank you, Gene. This is not the first time I've been on here, baby. I've been on here before. First time, what is that? First time, what was it? Like perfect example. When it become time for me to get my ass whooped as a kid, because I was a bad kid. Anybody know me from going to George Washington Carver, growing up around here? I was bad. I was bad. It wasn't like I was real bad, but I was more curious and like daredevil type. You know what I'm saying? And anytime I get my ass whooped, my parents would be like, my grandmother whooped my ass. She'd be like, you know why I'm whooping your ass, right? She'd be like, because you did this, that, and the other. Blase, blase. I get it, Gene. I get it, Gene. I get it. I get it. I get it. But yeah, man. It feels like she's not dead yet, but she's on a respirator and things are not improving at all. At all. She's not dead. You know, but things are not improving. I've already spoke with the doctors and they pretty much like affirm me like, look, you know, once she comes off the machine, that's it. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate that, Kim. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that, Kim. Yeah, I know. You know what it was, Kim? I was more curious than anything, man. Because you got to understand, we had just moved away from the projects. And, you know, I don't care what nobody say. You got that Nigerian blood in you. You're going to be wild. If you got Haitian blood, if you got Jamaican blood, if you got Nigerian blood, you're going to be wild. Nigerians, Haitians, Jamaicans, and them Africans, we wild no matter what you mix us with. I don't know what my mother's mixed with Dutch and something else. You know what I'm saying? Dutch and black and whatever. I don't know what the hell she is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. to have an amazing home in heaven someday. Such a loving, caring son. And yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that, Connie. I totally appreciate it. I really enjoyed you guys. Thank you, Gene. Thank you, Gene. I greatly appreciate the words of confidence, the hope, the happiness, and stuff like that. You guys are making me feel even better right now. Because like I was fucked up for like the past couple of nights. I was all fucked up in the game, man. I'm telling you, I was like spinning around like I had that Spike Lee shit going on, like the camera moving around and shit. My mother was amazing. My family, everybody's being, the wonderful people that they are, so on and so forth. Everything's working out well. I'm keeping prayer tight. You know what I'm saying? I'm like letting, staying close to the Lord, praying like, look, let this just go smooth, so on and so forth. Blah, 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 blah. I done contacted the brothers. You know what I'm saying? I contacted, all my family members know, we're keeping communication open, or like you can just go there and see her, with the family and everything like that. I just want this to be a smooth transition because there's going to be a lot of healing involved, and it's going to be a lot of changing coming from me. I can feel it already because a portion of me is just gone now. And honestly, I believe this is just me. My mother was never really the same. First, after she lost my nephew, and then two, after she lost her son. When my brother was killed, she just changed. When my brother was killed, she just changed. Yeah, thank you, Naja. You was the best. Naja was there for some momentous, like she's our mail woman. I hope you don't mind, Naja, me telling them your job or whatever. If so, just be like, don't say anything or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I won't tell the story, but yeah. I'm so sorry about that, Frank. I remember, Frank. I remember. No matter how much you prepare yourself for loss, it's still going to hit you hard. And yes, I've been preparing for this. You know what I'm saying? I've been preparing for this. But it's still hitting me hard, man. Man, Naja Vickers was the best male woman ever. My neighborhood, especially at the time, Naja was she was our mail woman, right? Our route was so bad. The violence and chaos that was going on in our neighborhood was so bad to where like male men didn't want to do it, right? Here come adorable little Naja Vickers, right? She would be like, "Here go your mail." I'll be like, "Hey, thank you." She's seen me go through relationships. She's seen all sorts of my I think she saw my door get kicked in by the police, all sorts of shit, man. She would go and deliver mail right while shootouts was going. Naja Vickers, if you ever get this woman as your mail woman, she is the truth. Hey Tina, how are you, baby? Good to see you. This is making me feel 100% better. Again, I don't care what nobody say. A lot of people be like, well, you get the older generation, they'll be like, oh, this online stuff, it's not real. I was like, not for you, motherfucker. Oh, I don't like Facebook. It's too much problem. Well, if you let it be problem, it's a problem. And I'm sorry you lost your mom, Gene. I'm very sorry you lost your mom. But you guys, I thank you so much. And like I said before, I feel like more so that I lost. This may sound crazy, but as they start getting older and they start, things start taking a turn for the worse. I felt as though not only am I losing to my mother, but a friend and a child. And I know it sounds crazy, but I would literally change my mother, put her to bed, pick her up, you know what I'm saying? Grease up, shower, everything like that, man. I loved keeping my mother clean. I loved seeing her nice and shining and glowing. I learned a lot. I learned a lot of patience. I learned to genuinely care. Not saying I wasn't a caring person before, but I think the professions that I was in beforehand, like bartending, bouncing, and dealing with a lot of like customer service and, like a lot of people out on the street and everything, I started becoming a bit more coarse. But being with my mother, it really changed me, man. Listening to the word, reading, listening to Bible study with her and everything like that. saying prayer with her. You know what I mean? It drew me closer. It drew me closer to God too. It drew me closer to God. That's why you notice I'm not as wild as I used to be. And well, with age, you should mature anyway. I still tell jokes and stuff like that, but it's just a lot of it is just like, I don't feel a need to combat everybody. Now, don't come to me with the nonsense and just think you're going to get it all, but I don't feel a need to combat everybody like I used to. And, it's just different now. It's just different. I'm going to miss my mother trying to smile at me sometimes when, like, because, when the kidney is going, it sometimes it messes with your mind. It's inevitable for it to mess with your mind. You know what I'm saying? It's inevitable for it to mess with your mind. You end up having like memory loss, dementia, and all that other stuff. But, I would sometimes ask her, I'd be like, Ma, are you happy? She'd be like, yes. I'd be like, do you know who I am? She'd be like, yeah, Danae. I'd be like, you know where you at? She'd be like, I'm home. I was like, okay. Even, I'd be like, you know who your daughters are? Yeah, I got to clean this mess up back here. I've been tending to other stuff and I've been getting product in because I started up my website and stuff like that again. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to have to hold off for a while putting up content and, hold up. I'm still going to advertise the store and everything like that, but I got to get some things in order. I got to get myself in order. Hopefully I don't fall down the slippery slope of doing things I have no business doing, because it's a difference. Even though she's still here, it's a difference when that person is completely gone. Like it just, like when Fred passed away, you know what I'm saying? While he was here and he was a little bit sick and stuff like that, I was like, okay, he's going to be all right. But deep down, I knew he was in a bad position. When he passed away, it hit me like a ton of fucking bricks because his mother hit me in the morning with it. I'm just getting up, rubbing my eyes and shit like that. And next thing you know, it was like, his mother sent me a message like, Danae, Bucky passed. I said, what? I'm like, what? She was like, Fred is dead, Danae. Frederick died. I was like, oh my fucking God. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. And I had just spoken to him. Yep. I had just spoken to him. So life is fleeting. Cherish your friends, cherish your loved ones. Don't waste it. You know what I'm saying? Learn to take care of each other, take care of others. You're going to need a lot more love in this world because it's becoming darker. It's becoming more ruled by evil than by those that are righteous and wonderful and caring and loving. I love you too, Shamika. I'm so sorry, Richard, that you lost your mother in 2015. Yeah. My mother was a very good woman. She was a very good woman. Very good woman. I have nothing bad to say about her. Nothing. And even if I did, I wouldn't. I'm going to miss her. I'm going to miss her like crazy. Again, I don't know how I'm supposed to function right now. I do a lot of pacing. Nighttime, I haven't really been sleeping. My appetite has been all fucked up, But I'm managing. I greatly appreciate you guys for the wonderful birthday wishes. Although I don't celebrate my birthday, I appreciate all the birthday wishes you guys gave me. I love you guys. I'll possibly I'm gonna say some prayer later on. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, when you trying to cope with some shit like this, it seems like nothing you do. It seems like anything, like things that make you happy don't make you happy. It seems more like work. You know what I'm saying? Like every night, like me, I like to read, or you know what I'm saying? Working out is helping me, but at the same token, I'll be like, I tried to play some video games yesterday. I get into it for a minute, but then it's like a temporary fix. You be like, oh well, back to reality. You know what I'm saying? But I'm persevering. I gotta stay strong for the family. You know what I'm saying? No weakness. No fucking weakness. No weakness. You can grieve on your own. You can grieve when you're alone. No fucking weakness. Absolutely. Absolutely. Of course, Max. We can talk later, brother. We can definitely talk later. You know, we have our hearts on. You're going to feel her presence, never underestimate the power of her mind. That's so true. That is so true. Yeah, I'm just lost. Like I'm trying to figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like what to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't get me wrong. I'm not up here. No, shit gotta get done. Shit gotta get paid. Shit gotta get moved. The whole shit. But at the same token, I'm just fucked up. Like, you know, I'm just like something's missing, or like, you know, I'm trying to like focus on shit, and I'm trying not to think about. Actually, people will say, think about the good memories. For me, the good memories are the ones that make me feel like shit because I literally remember my mother smiling, laughing, showing me stuff. You know what I'm saying? We laughing. My sense of humor I got from my mother. My enjoyment of sci-fi, comics, and reading I got from my mother. I got from my mother and my uncle Sonny and my grandmother too. Because my grandmother loved kaiju's and she loved Godzilla and stuff like that. But everything's gonna work out. Everything happens for a reason. I've been preparing for this, but it doesn't mean like it doesn't hurt any less. So you know, if you want to visit my mom in the realm of peace, um, definitely go check her out. You know, you would love. You know, she wanted people to see her before she was the name. Um, I'll put up when the services are. It's going to be a small, short service. Um, she's not dead yet, but she's on a respirator. Please, ladies and gentlemen, stop running out there putting up that my mother's dead. My mother's dead. My mother is not dead. She's not dead, but she's once she comes off the respirator, that's it. I'm not going to resuscitate her again because right now that's not even her. The machine's breathing for her. I go there, look at her. I read this when I go and visit her in the morning. I always read the scriptures to her. I read the daily text. I talk to her. You know, I look at her brainwave patterns. Nothing. So I love you guys. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much for all your birthday wishes and condolences and sympathies. My family, my I as well as my family, we greatly appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? We love you. We thank you very much. Um, you know, it's just fucked up. I did my best. Just know that I did my fucking best, and I would do it all over again. And I did my best because I love my fucking mother. I did, and I would do my best for anybody else that's under my fucking care. I learned a lot from this. I learned a lot. So, you guys, thank you so much. I love you guys. You guys are literally my rock. Everybody that's in the chat, everybody that offered me a happy birthday, a condolence, a sympathy, so on and so forth. My mother is not dead. You know, please stop relaying that message to stupid motherfuckers. Like somebody sent a condolence to my fucking sister. My sister calling me up. What happened? What? I was like, what are you talking about? What happened? I'm like, what are you talking about? What happened? I was like, what do you mean? That I was like, yo, stop bothering. Then I find out somebody who are offer because see, you got some ignorant motherfuckers out here. They don't know the difference between sympathies and condolences. They were offering my sister condolences. She up there losing her fucking mind and shit. So please, please, thank you, Richard. I appreciate it. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, think twice before you just throw your relatives to the wolves. Try to take care of them. You understand what I'm saying? Don't worry about what other people ain't doing. You take the responsibility on yourself and you take care of that person to the best of your ability. regardless of how well. If they're old, sick, and weak, that means they need your fucking help. You put your feelings aside and you take care of them. You hear me? I love you guys. Have a blessed night. Thank you so much for being the most wonderful friends ignorant motherfucker, action figure collecting motherfucker like me could ever have. I love y'all, man. Y'all are the absolute best. Take care and thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I couldn't ask for a wretch like myself, couldn't ask for a better class of people. I love you guys.